The side of spirituality that I feel nobody talks about is the fact that spirituality is not something that you could just turn off. It changes the way that you think, the way that you speak, the conversations that intrigue you, that you're drawn to, the things that excite you. Even your vocabulary starts to shift to the point to where one day you realize the things that make perfect sense to you sound completely crazy to the average person. You start seeing meaning where others just see pure coincidence. When you're spiritual, you don't even believe in coincidences anymore. Spirituality makes you notice patterns and little things in everyday life that others completely overlook, bro. It's like you interpret life through a completely different lens. And that's when it gets lonely. It's not because we feel like we're better than anyone. It's not because we're trying to separate ourselves. That's not something that you try to do when you awaken, when you become spiritual. But it's hard to feel understood when your reality is so different than everyone around you, bro. It's like you start craving deep conversations that you can't have with the average person. You search for people who can follow your new thought process that even you're still trying to understand. You need somebody that understands your insights, somebody that you can relate to in this new experience of life. Some people feel like the hardest part of spirituality is the awakening, but I don't feel like that. I feel like it's realizing that once your perspective changes, it's hard to fit back into spaces that no longer align with who you've become. And some things that a family member or an old friend don't seem to quite understand is sometimes it's hard for us to explain who we've become. And it's not that we think we've outgrown you or anything like that. It's just that we are not the person that you used to know anymore. Get to know the new version of us, maybe. And let's not even talk about once you go through that spiritual awakening and you change into this new version of you, how you all of a sudden become the black sheep, how you start losing friends, how you start losing family, how you start losing, relationships and things like that. That's is the real loneliness that you start to feel, because it's like, damn, now nobody want to be around me like that, or now nobody want to deal with me, or you don't want to deal with certain people anymore. But that was just my thought. I'm gonna leave it there.